I am beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Game number 165, Hey You Pikachu. Released in 1998, this game was developed by Umbrella and published by Nintendo themselves. Wow, we're not even halfway through the library, and this is the final Pokemon-related game of the challenge. Well, unless you count the fact that Pikachu and Jigglypuff appear in Super Smash Bros. This is a game I played back when it was pretty new, and unlike literally every other game I played as a young kid, I have no nostalgia for this. I remember this game being horrible. Thankfully, we only rented this one from Blockbuster rather than bought it. That would be quite the scam. But you know what? Lots of games I remember being great turned out to be not so great in retrospect. Maybe it works the other way around. A game that sucked back then will now be awesome. Guess there's only one way to find out. Let's get into it. Upon turning the game on, there was no option screen or anything like that. Always a good sign. Also, you have the chance to quit the game before even getting started. If you do ever happen to turn this game on, choose that option, please. When I started a new file, my mom woke me up in my bedroom. Professor Oak had a test of some kind scheduled for me, and I was told about the Poke Helper he sent me. So then I found myself in Viridian Forest where Oak was waiting. He wanted to test out the Poke Helper by having me speak into it to get Pikachu's attention. So I gave it my best shot. I hope it goes well for you. Me too, Oak, me too. Hey, Pikachu. Yeah, so this game utilizes the fabulous tech called the Voice Recognition Unit as the main controller. This was used by a total of 2 games. One is this, obviously, and the other is Densha de Go, the Japanese exclusive train game we played a long time ago. Oak had me just keep saying things over and over to Pikachu until I got its attention. Hey, Pikachu, come here, get some candy. Come here, Pikachu. I got Reese's Cups. I got Snickers, Smarties. You want a Tootsie Roll Pop? I guess Pikachu didn't really like what I had to say because he left shortly after. Oak says he knew I was a good person and he'd teach me more things tomorrow. Who are you again? We just met like 5 minutes ago. After the events of the day, I returned home for my well-deserved rest. Oh boy, I can't wait to hang out with Professor Oak and Pikachu again tomorrow. The next day, Professor Oak was somehow on my TV. Was he watching me sleep? He says he wants to take me out to see Pikachu again. Well, Pikachu was minding its own business sleeping, but Oak demanded I yell to wake it up. This is kind of mean. So I just started talking to Pikachu trying to get it to wake up. Sometimes it's a guessing game to get the events to register. Hey yo, what up Pikachu? Say a nice friendly greeting. Pikachu, your vibes are so good today. Hello Pikachu. What do you want me to say with the limited words that you understand? Pikachu walked over and picked up the nearby beach ball and Oak was just perplexed. He had no idea what it was. You moron, never seen a beach ball before? Really, this is a tutorial to use the Poke Helper to identify what certain items are. Oak told me to tell Pikachu to throw the ball and it was just launched at my face. Throw it. Oh my god. Ow, that hurt, man. What the heck? Next, Pikachu was holding an apple and Oak wanted me to use the Poke Helper to identify this mystery object. Dude, it's an apple. How are you smart enough to make a device to talk to Pokemon, but you don't know what an apple or a beach ball are? I said goodbye to Pikachu and we went our separate ways. Goodbye. Isn't this game so fun? When I woke up the next day, Pikachu was staring at me through my door. Oh god, please don't have a knife. Hey, Pikachu, how did you get my address again? Against my better judgment, I went with Pikachu into the woods and started the first actual mission, a Pokemon Picnic Part 1. So apparently Pikachu was invited to Bulbasaur's picnic. However, they don't have all the ingredients, so I have to help gather them. Pikachu took notes on what was still required. Into the woods now, Pikachu ran off to look at something and Oak told me Magnemite could bring anything back for me. Oh sure, that would be nice. If only I could see what's even going on. This rock is completely in the way. Well, at least I finally got Pikachu to go for this carrot. Carrot. Yes, we need carrot. Don't eat it, Pikachu. This is one of the ingredients Bulbasaur needs to make stew. Oh wow, look at this. Pikachu is standing right next to the onion we need for the stew, holding up what I think is a picture of an onion. Yes, grab the onion, please! Or just launch your notepad, that works too. Finally, after enough arguing, I got Magnemite to take the onion. Only need an herb for seasoning now. Instead, Pikachu is going to taste a possibly poisonous mushroom, then thunderbolt it. Sure. Good call, Pikachu. I managed to get Pikachu to come to me when I was standing next to the herb, and it used Thunderbolt. Great. Now it's just charcoal. Before we could finish, Oak said it was getting late, so it was time to eat. Without all the ingredients, Bulbasaur cooked up some mystery soup, and Charmander spat it out immediately. Yeah, I wouldn't want to eat that either. Dude, why does Pikachu have to be the one to grab everything? Why can't I just pick it up myself? If this stupid guy would listen, this would be easy. Pikachu followed me home to say goodbye, so I gave him a nice farewell. You suck. You should have just carried the herb with us. Oh man, well that was so much fun. I can't wait for the field trip part 1. What kind of wacky and zany adventures will we get into this time? Don't eat it. What? Oh my god! What was that? That was quite aggressive. Oh, okay, sure. Launch a mushroom at me. That's cool, man. Great start to this field trip. Oh my god, Pikachu is murdering Oddish. Oh wait, that's just a strange radish. False alarm. Then Pikachu noticed an actual Oddish. Thankfully, we didn't see a murder. Pikachu just wanted to say hi. Then Pikachu noticed Charmander on the hill. Pikachu, attack Charmander. Despite my insistence to do so, Pikachu did not attack with Thunderbolt. Well, after that, Oak said it was time to go home. What a very fun day and fun video game. Oh gosh, what could be next? Caring for Caterpie Part 1? Oh, I can hardly wait. Pikachu and I went to Viridian Forest to look after this Butterfree's Caterpie children. This one was chill for a while, like nothing was happening. Out of nowhere though, one of the Caterpies turned blue. Oh god, panic, what do we do? So it turns out this thing was hungry, and Pikachu sprinted to a tree to get a rosebud to feed it. I told Pikachu to zap the tree and the rosebud fell. Sure, you can eat this, buddy. After feeding 2 Caterpies, Butterfree returned. It said we did a perfect job watching its children, so we got a special reward. Some kind of pink heart that popped out of an exploding mushroom. Hey, finally, an easy event. Oh boy, this next mission is going to be so much fun. Gone fishing ochre. I can't wait to catch some bass with my pal Pikachu. Basically, I just sat there until Pikachu managed to hook something on the line. After that, I had to yell, "Reel it in," and pull to finish the job. Reel it in! Oh my god! 13-inch? Somehow it knew to cast the hook into the water, but it doesn't know what to do after that. Kind of strange. For some reason, it made a big deal out of Pikachu catching this tiny old Krabby. Probably not good that the entire lake got electrocuted there. We then caught a rather large Magikarp, and it was nighttime. Gee, thanks for taking me along, Pikachu. The next day, Professor Oak somehow teleported a toolbox into my room. With this, I can hold many items that will be useful in my adventures. Speaking of Pikachu, we've obviously got to go find that little fella. So we went to Viridian Forest, and I reached in the toolbox to give him a nice raspberry as a snack. Instead, Pikachu zapped it and then ran off with my toolbox. I guess I'll chase after him. We ended the chase deep in the woods, where all my precious food was being used to feed the Caterpies. Come on man, I brought that here myself. We're maybe acquaintances at this point. Pikachu felt bad, so it offered to give me the beach ball as an apology. Yeah, apology not accepted. Then Pikachu felt sad because it didn't have any food for itself. Against my better judgment, I was peer pressured by Oak to ask it to stay at my house. Stay at my house. Oh god, what am I getting myself into? My mom let me keep this rogue rat in the house without any objections. She does not know what she just agreed to. Pikachu just took control of my bed immediately. Sure, yeah, I can sleep on the floor. It's fine, it's fine. Well, now with Pikachu at my house, I get to choose where we go next. I can either do Pikachu's Discovery Days or Play Days. I opted to try the Piñata Party. This one is so stupid. Pikachu walks around with a blindfold and I have to say stop there when it's in position to hit the piñata. The issue is, the stop command doesn't register for like 5 seconds after I say it, so I've got to try to predict what's going to happen. Stop there! Pikachu, you're going into the ocean! Like, look, he's just walking into the ocean. What are you doing? Finally, though, I got it to work in the right spot, and the loot was out. We received a bottle cap for our efforts. Gee, thanks. Now I went to try the field trip part 2. Each of these missions has 2 versions, with the second being a bit harder. Pikachu found a watering can and used it on the Oddish from the ground. Now I had to deal with some weird FPS watering can view. It just looks so weird. Oh yeah, now that Pikachu has a home to feel comfortable in, he just feels like it's okay to fall asleep randomly instead of listening to what I say. This is great. So like, these part 2 missions are so frustrating. The part 1 is mostly tutorials and it's near impossible to lose, but these you're on your own. Pikachu will just not listen. It's so stupid. Sometimes it will just have the speech bubble bounce off and say it can't respond right now. Watering can. Pikachu! Pikachu! I don't know why Pikachu goes rogue, but it drove me crazy. The day ended with Pikachu wanting to play tag instead of getting anything accomplished, so that was nice. A wasted day. I tried again, but Pikachu just wanted to say hi to Charmander and vaporize flowers instead of doing anything worthwhile. I got annoyed with that, so I went back to Ochre Woods to try to make this stew for Bulbasaur. What is this ingredient supposed to be? You just drew a random scribble. Yep, we made mystery soup again. I missed on the brown blob mess. Still, with nothing accomplished, I tried something new. Little Lost Poliwag Part 1. All you do here is walk around the docks and say Poliwag when you see one. Poliwag. 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 This is stupid. Poliwag. Poliwag. Surprisingly, Pikachu was listening decently well here. I found all 5 of them and went to Squirtle. He says Poliwhirl is on a different island, so he'll take these to it since it's dangerous. For finding all 5, Pikachu earned a silver coin. After that, I had a breakthrough in the ingredient collection. Instead of calling Pikachu over to correct things, I could pick them up and bring them to him. This got rid of so much of the jank and RNG of Pikachu just getting distracted. Didn't stop it from finding this Togepi egg though. Abra just teleported in out of nowhere and stole it. That was strange. If you thought with this new tech I won, nope, still mystery soup. Oh, it's so hard, man. Like, look at this. Pikachu wants to play tag instead of doing anything useful. Fine, I'll play along. Well, that was a horrible idea. Pikachu tried to murder me with Thunderbolt. Oh snap, I found the black market ran by Abra in this tree. Maybe if I buy this better watering can, we can finally water the Oddish. I got fed up with that, so I went to do some fishing at a different location. We caught Tentacool and Horsey. At least the fishing works properly. Well, I guess if I get tired of these horrible missions, I can try out the Pokemon quiz. Okay, this first one is clearly Kakuna, and Pikachu pressed the wrong button. We got the other 9 questions right. Why didn't you listen on the first? We would have gotten a perfect score. After fighting with Pikachu for what felt like several hours, but in actuality was just 3, I got the stew made correctly. Good riddance to that forest. Then shortly after that, I got Pikachu to water the stupid Oddish and make a stupid Gloom. There are 3 you have to water and many fake ones that are just strange radishes. So annoying. Turns out I didn't complete the pinata part though. There's a second one that pops up and is much harder. Getting Pikachu to listen is so awful. Over here. Wrong. Over here. Wrong way. Over here. Wrong. Over here. Wrong. Over here. Wrong. Over here. Wrong. Over here. Over here. Wrong. Further ahead. Over here. Wrong. Over here. Over here. Wrong. Over here. Swing. Oh my god. This game is garbage, dude. It sucks so much. By miraculously leading Pikachu to 3 pinatas in one session, I was awarded the Harmonica by Venusaur. Then, for some reason, we went camping with Pikachu instead of going home. Pikachu was scared of Haunters, so I had it use Thunderbolt to kill it. That's right, kill, not make it faint. The next day, Pikachu played the harmonica, causing Lapras to come to shore. It led us to an island where I did the treasure hunt part 1. It's just as interesting as the rest of this game. You tell Pikachu to come over when you see a buried chest. Treasure chest. There are even some instructions on how to open it. How convenient. I bet most of you who played this back in the day never even saw this, cause who stuck with this game long enough to make that pinata garbage work? So a very odd decision was made here by the devs. Once you're finally this far in the game, you unlock 2 new quality of life features. View mode lets you look around. Before, I could only look straight ahead. There's also Pikachu mode, which points the camera at Pikachu. Why do these features need to be unlocked, and why does it happen so far into the game? It should just be there at the start. Then Professor Oak had me undergo his special training where I do cool things like have Pikachu pick up a light bulb or use Thunderbolt on a crate to reveal a top. I don't really know what this is even for, I didn't learn anything new. The next day, Oak hacked into my TV once again to tell me I'd unlocked Pikachu's Daring Days. These are the most difficult missions of all. Oh boy, I can't wait. Obviously, we had to make another meal for Bulbasaur and friends. This one was harder in the sense that one of the ingredients always came from a tree. Pikachu just did not want to cooperate in getting it down. Trying to get this ingredients was the most annoying thing in this game, I swear. Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt. What are you doing? Thunderbolt, wake up! Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt. No, don't give me the bolt. Where did you even get that? Thunderbolt, apple, apple, Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt, apple, 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 Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt. As you might have guessed, we made mystery soup. This game makes no sense. It might seem like this video is kind of disorganized, but that's just cause that's how a playthrough of this game is. It's just nonsense. Okay, I couldn't bear to do that again, so instead I went to take care of the Caterpies for Butterfree. It's the same thing as last time, but this time one of them evolved into Metapod. Butterfree gave me another heart for keeping them all fed. Sorry you missed out on that major life event though. I did the next Lost Poliwag mission, and this time Haunter was flying around trying to be scary. It didn't change anything though, so this one was easy. Then I did the next treasure chest mission. For some reason they all had wooden swords in them. Pretty weird. After failing to evolve Oddish once again, Professor Oak hacked into my TV. He noticed that Pikachu ran off and took the Poke Helper as well. He sent me a megaphone to find Pikachu and yell at it, I guess. This megaphone wasn't as advanced, so I could only speak to Pikachu if I was looking directly at it. This is kind of annoying to do because the way you change your direction is holding C down while moving the joystick. Combine that with talking into the mic and it's a bit janky. Idiot. Pikachu. Pikachu. We're not laughing with you, we're laughing at you. After yelling a bit, I got the Poke Helper back and we returned home. What a great episode. Oh my god, I could just not get these Glooms to evolve into Vileplume. Not like it was my fault. This stupid voice recognition sucks. Gloom, 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 Gloom. Ignore the Diglett. Gloom, get up. Gloom, 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 Gloom. Pikachu. I just don't understand why this game was even made, honestly. How much funding went into it? I honestly can't believe I managed to finally complete this. Feels like I'm a kid yelling at Dora on the TV or something. The next day, Professor Oak wanted me to send Pikachu on an errand by itself to buy something. Somehow a telescope is what I asked for. Shouldn't that be pretty expensive? Whatever. Oak then sent me a cardboard box and wanted me to sneak around and follow Pikachu. Who came up with this stuff? Seriously. This leads to essentially way too long of a cutscene where you follow Pikachu awkwardly through the Oddish Meadows. It notices all the things it was distracted by in our previous adventures, eventually coming up to Abra's shop. Not sure why he has a telescope for sale, but it costs 20k currency. Thankfully I had enough. Pikachu returned home and we set up the telescope and looked at the stars. And finally, the next day, Oak asked me to meet him in Viridian Forest. He remarked how Pikachu has really opened up to me and matured. It's all thanks to me, the child who has no idea what he's doing. Now I have to make the ultimate sacrifice. Let Pikachu back into the forest to live in the wild with the other Pikachus. Pikachu, I absolutely loathe you. Every second of this journey has been terrible. Goodbye, and good riddance. See you never. You know, it's wrong to keep it in the house, but it's very right to keep it locked away in a ball and force it to fight. Yeah, you don't gotta tell me twice. I never want to talk to this thing again. It shows a brief cutscene with other Pikachus in the forest, and mine goes to join them. Loser. And finally, the credits roll. Game complete. So yeah, there you have it. My journey to beating Hey You Pikachu. Oh man, I feel like I properly conveyed it, but in case I didn't, this game sucks. Like, it's so bad. The voice recognition technology is cool for how old it is, but man, the video game itself is so boring. Like, it feels like you're playing Blue's Clues in reverse. I cannot stress enough how bad this thing is at telling what you said. Not to mention the RNG aspect of Pikachu just deciding it doesn't want to listen. None of the scenarios are interesting, and I just don't even see a kid having fun with this. I know I didn't when I played it back in the day. Just please, promise me you'll never play this game. It's not worth it. I gave it a 0 out of 10 for enjoyability and a 3 out of 10 for difficulty. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We had a randomized marble race to determine which game was next, so here's how that played out. Or skip to the timestamp on screen to skip straight to the game selection. There are 226 games on the list. Alright, here they all are. Tom and Jerry, Ken Griffey Jr., two Mortal Kombat side by side, wow. Onegai Monsters, whatever the heck that is. Even Monopoly. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Alright, the marbles are off. Coming down, Quest 64 might have the lead. Puyo Puyo, we played the first one of that. That's a Japanese puzzle game. Let's see, we got two split paths here. Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, some sort of Japanese game on this side. Derby Stallion, Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest, Puyo Puyo on this side. And it appears the marbles are going to swirl down like this. Not too much is going to happen until they come down here. I don't know what's going on down here, though. This is about to get crazy, folks. Derby Stallion 60. Oh, I think that's a horse racing game. I think you just bet on horses. Oh my god. Namco Museum, WCW NWO Revenge coming down this side. Still Virtual Pro Wrestling on this side. Now let's see what's going to happen here. Derby Stallion 64, clear favorite, coming down the street here, and there's some cars in the road, and that, what is going on there? Derby Stallion 64, Namco Museum in the lead right now. I don't know what's going to happen here, folks. But Derby Stallion 64 and Namco Museum, the clear favorite. South Park, Cruising USA as well. Let's see what... Looks like they're just going to die. No. They're getting launched. Oh, and they land here in Derby Stallion 64 in the lead. Namco Museum, no. Buck Bumble launched forward, and Twisted Edge Extreme Snowboard coming down now. Wow, Space Invaders, Bassmasters 2000 as well. Twisted Edge hitting a peg. Buck Bumble's trying to come for it. It's between Buck Bumble and Twisted Edge Extreme Snowboard. And which one's it going to be? They both collide. What did they hit? Twisted Edge Extreme Snowboard, Buck Bumble. And it's going to be Twisted Edge Extreme Snowboard. Oh my gosh. They were hitting like invisible pegs in the ground. You see these little things here. Nearly made a lead change, but it wasn't good enough. All right. Twisted Edge Extreme Snowboarding. It has been decided. But yeah, if you're still here watching, you're awesome. Thank you so much. If you had a good time, consider hitting that like button, or maybe even dropping a subscription. Or hey, maybe even watch another one of these videos that's on screen now. And yeah, see you next time.